Hey, welcome back to the Forex Focus portion of your training. All right, so right now we're in identifying the golden hours, all right? So what we were talking about before, and what we still are kind of talking about, is the main character archetypes that I want you to be going through. So the first person that we went through was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all right? Now the second person we're going to be going through and what we're going to be talking about is somebody that I myself personally like to think that I kind of am myself. Like, I like to personify myself as what would be, as this same person is that you've read about in the same manuscript, is Pablo Picasso. He's an artist, all right, an artist of life, an artist of his own kind, a personification of his art. All right, it's more deeper, more philosophical, more, me being a self-awareness coach, I'm more, not just towards peak performance and high performance, but I'm also more directed and inclined towards the spirituality portion of our life, aspects of our life. I can't even fucking talk. These words don't really matter though, right? Okay, cool. So, why does he matter more to me than like any, I don't want to say almost all of them together, but he matters more to me specifically because he had this yearning for something deeper. There was always something that was more, basically the best way to put it is that he has this quote, okay? There's this quote, I'm gonna tell you the quote, and then I'm gonna basically just break it down for you. Like, if you're any kind of person that has like built his own business from the ground up, he's self-made, he created his own wealth from nothing. He came from nothing and then he turned his whole life that was nothing into something that is significant, more true, more deeper, more philosophical, more whatever the hell he wanted, whatever you want it to be. If you're one of those people, then I'm pretty sure you can easily relate this idea. Okay. Here's a quote. It goes like this. I can't describe to you what the process is like. It just starts with an idea, and I build from there. That was it. That was it! It's so fucking simple. It blew my mind when I read it. He says, I cannot describe to you what it's like. I can just tell you that it starts with an idea, and I build from there. And he's talking about his paintings. Like, somebody asked him, what is it like to create these masterpieces? How does it like what is the process like? Like, how do you start? What do you do? He's like, I can't tell you. Like, I don't know. I plan these things, but I don't plan these things. It's just kind of like, it's an idea, right? He doesn't always know where he's at. He just has an idea, excuse me, and he builds from there. And the reason why it's important to me, like in my own business, in my own life, in my own aspect, I'm pretty sure if you, if you haven't, like, if you've ever built your own business, or if you've ever been like somebody that likes to work on themselves and a lot of their personal development, because I'm a really independent person. I'm sure you're a really independent person in some form, or you're hoping to be more like that. What you realize is that everybody seems to be looking for a fucking purpose, okay? And I understand that not everybody's going to have a purpose, and that's okay, because if you've ever read the book called Way of the Superior Man, it's like, sometimes you may not always know your purpose, and that's okay. But if you do not, what you must do is you must wait for it. You must be in open-mindedness towards it. You should always keep yourself open and ready and prepared for that point in life when you do find that purpose, so that way you can be ready, and when that moment comes, you just take it, you go with it. You know it's going to hit you because it's going to hit you right here. It's going to be like, this is the core, this is what I have to do, I'm going to go with it, let's just, like, fuck it, let's go. Let's go. Okay? And then you run with it. And as Pablo Picasso would says, he builds from there. All right, so enough of that being said, let's actually jump into the portion of his backstory, and then I will move on to the next portion. Okay? So Pablo Picasso. All right. While growing up in Old Italy, Pablo Picasso set a personal goal to bang out 43 paintings a day. Wow. A day. Not a month, not a year, not 5 weeks. A day. And did he do it? Fuck yes, he did it. Not all of them were masterpieces, but he did it. That's all that matters. Okay, so here's a fun story I read about him. One day, Mr. Picasso was out and about in town enjoying some coffee and enjoying some free time. He's about, I believe, 53 years old in this story. Right. Then amidst his free time comes a lone lady fan with a fur scarf who recognizes him in his cafe. The lady, quickly noticing Picasso and also seeing a potential opportunity for her to get a highly appraised piece of art from this famous artist, the lady then quickly shuffles through her purse, finds a bland napkin, requests that Mr. Picasso paints her a small masterpiece. So just imagine this really quick before we move forward. You're just chilling out. Italy, maybe you live wherever you live, you don't have to live in Italy, just in your own town you have this notoriety about, I don't know if that's the right word, you have this fame about you, this celebrity status about you, if you're not already high status. If you're with me, that means you're high status. If you're investing in yourself, that means you're high status. But nonetheless, this celebrity status. You're chilling out though. Maybe you're in Starbucks. Who fucking cares? I'm certain this has certainly actually happened to me before. But then there's people come up to you and they're like, hey, are you Gil? Or whatever your name. Just replace my name for your name. I'll just use my name. Are you Gil? Hey, hi, how you doing? Yeah, hey, oh, like, I'm super sorry to bug you anytime, but can you actually just paint me, like, can you paint me this little thing? Can you sign this for my autograph? Okay, I don't get autographs, but I get people, like, when I'm trying to sit there, just relating to him. When I'm actually just sitting there in Starbucks trying to relax, trying to, like, be in peace, do my open-minded, open eyes, non-blinking meditation, just, like, zoning into that world, that other world. People come up and they're like, hey, hi, Gil, how you doing? I'm like, oh my. Hi, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey. Alright, so that's basically what's happening. They're getting in your face like this, they're like little motherfucking flies, and you don't want that to happen, okay? That's what's happening to him. If you haven't already got that. Okay. So, Pablo at first glance denies her request, for he is there to relax and be at peace. However, the lady stubbornly persists, to which point Mr. Picasso then gives in, sits up, grabs a pen, and quickly scribbles some lines and shapes on the paper. Okay, so here's what happened. She got in his face. She says, hey, I'm gonna keep bugging you. I'm gonna keep bugging you. Keep talking. He's like, can you really, like, can you just print, like, please, like, my baby's dying. Can you just, like, print this? Can you, like, draw me a masterpiece? That's what she's doing. He's like, fuck, I just want peace. Like, I can't have a day in peace. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. Let me see a piece of paper. All right, so he pulls out a pen. She might give him a pen. I don't know how it goes, but she gives him a pen. Scribbles some fucking lines and shit on it. He really does. Scribble some lines and doodles and whatever shit on the paper, and then he hands it back to her. Okay. Without even a minute to pass, he then happily hands the napkin back to her and cheekishly states, voila, le masterpiece. That'd be $10,000. The fur coat lady then unsteadily retorts, but Mr. Picasso, this took you not even a minute to create. Why the $10,000? To that, Picasso responds, no. This took me 53 years and 100,000 plus hours to be able to charge for such a masterpiece, all right? So the lesson behind that, the reason why he did all that, and the reason why he could charge $10,000 for just like a couple of minutes of that scribbling, okay, is that you are not paying for the effort, you are paying for the amount of time that it took for him to be able to do so, okay? So another metaphor, if you still didn't get it, is like, do you ever wonder why you have to pay a plumber so much to fucking just dig on a pipe? Like the guy wasn't even there for like an hour. I don't know if you've ever had a plumber come to your house. It's really fucking stupid. Like he comes to the house, it's been like 30 minutes. He like dings on a pipe and like screws a couple of things together and like moves like the adjustment of the pipe, or maybe something is clogged in there. He just has the right tools. And it takes him not even 30 minutes. And he's like, okay, here, you're done. Here's a bill. $120 motherfucking dollars to do that. All right. So the reason for that is because you're not paying him for the time, you are paying him for the knowledge. The amount of time that it took him to do that, to acquire all the tools to be able to do that. That's what you're paying for. All right. So Picasso then goes, you're not paying for the amount of effort it took to create this, you are paying for the quality of time I spent in learning how to do so. See what I mean? Okay. So he attributed and credited a lot of his self-discipline towards finding his own unique golden hours of operation. For Mr. Picasso, in his golden hours, they were early in the fucking morning times of the day, like 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. Pretty sure they varied, but now I found that reading some of these books, those were his main hours. And he found these hours more peaceful for his work simply because the rest of the world was asleep and he would be at peace, free and able to lose himself in his art. This is a great example of passion and difference, just because a lot of your role models may have their specific golden hours in the early mornings, like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., but that does not mean that you have to be a part of that same time tribe. The outcome we seek is consistent results, okay? Quotation on the results. Consistent results. All right, so that's 6 and 7. The methodology, really, of how you go about doing it, it's not that, it's very little of importance. And then, so meaning if you find that your golden hours of operation are similar to Pablo Picasso's, like maybe you are used to doing 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. shifts, or 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. I do those a lot, just because my environment is not yet to my own full liking, to its maximum capacity, where I can actually get enough shit done without getting distracted or getting thrown off by all these other side responsibilities, whatever you want to call it, okay? So if you're hesitant though, and you find yourself like, I don't know what time I need to do this at, just screw it. Don't think about it much. Just take some of these examples that I'm giving you right now. Like the first one was, you saw right here, that's Steve Jobs. But the one we talked about was Pablo Picasso, and the other one before this was Dwayne Johnson. Okay, Dwayne Johnson was early in the morning, which is 4 a.m. I believe to like 7 a.m. Like he got up to go to, remember he got up and go to the gym really fucking early to work hard on his own life and his own time so he could put himself in the zone and get the best amount of shit done so he can put himself in that zone so he can get that energy, get the right state of mind, and then he can tackle his day from there. Or you could be like Pablo Picasso saying, fuck that, I'm gonna sleep for most of the day, I don't care what I'm gonna do, and then, or do whatever you gotta do, and then he's gonna stay up at 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., do whatever you gotta do. Okay, these are just examples. But what the point of this portion of the train is for you to create your own and get the results within that certain time frame. All right, so another quote on this is, the most memorable people in life are the ones who do. All right, so that's it for this portion. Let's go to the next. Let's finish up with the last two of my examples in this training. Yo, okay, cool. You made it to this portion. This portion is really short, it's really punchy, it's really strong, and let's just keep fucking moving. Okay, so this next part is going to be about someone that I'm pretty sure you hold near and dear to your own heart, and that is stay hungry, stay foolish, Steve the motherfucking Jobs. It's a really great example. I love his example. Okay, I try to model his work ethic and the way he sees most of the world in most ways when it comes to like this thing we're going to talk about in a bit, the Steve Jobs reality distortion field. Like I just basically you're just pushing away all the useless nonsense that you don't fucking really need. The stuff that you don't, the stuff that everybody portrays that they do need, that it's like, it's, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep going. Let's just get going, right? Yeah, cut all the fluff out. Steve Jobs. Probably the most idealist and notorious revolutionary man of modern time is the maestro Steve Jobs. Although I don't recall him to have much of a golden hour, I did happen to recognize an important factor that I found holds an important relevance to us right now. All right, and that is resolute relentlessness, or also known as the ability to almost instantly manifest something out of nothing in the least amount of time possible. It was ridiculous. Okay, he was well known for throwing down almost breathtaking, ridiculous deadline times for the creations of his Apple products. I'm pretty sure he's a big actual influence for Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon, like creating those crazy fucking demands. The irony is that I've actually worked at an Amazon fulfillment center. There's literally one where I live, not too far away, but like, fuck no, don't do it. No offense, Jeff Bezos, if you're watching this, but like, no, don't do it. Fuck no, do not do that, okay? Like, as much as I admired Amazon for what it is and how getting all the products to us on time, do not work there. If you're gonna be a self-made person, do not work there. Mind fuck you, it's a lot of work. It's like, it's good for people that want to work there and it's for them and they like to be a part of that system, but I'm not part of that system, and if you're a part of this life, we're not part of that system. We do not want to be a part of that system. You have to let them do that. We have to do our thing, play our roles in our destiny, so that the way they can do their thing and they can be inspired by us and we can give back to them by, creating that reciprocal cycle. Anyways, even most times at the cost of a specific employees, him throwing down ridiculous deadline times, and like sometimes they could not meet those deadlines. And to him, even most times at the cost of specific employees, this showed and created what is probably known most well in his circle as the Steve Jobs reality distortion field. That means he got shit done despite anything else that was in his motherfucking way. He couldn't stand. He was absolutely ruthless when it came to his expectations, to his standards, to the actual creation of his vision from his mind, his third eye, whatever you want to call it, creating into reality. I only wanted, just like you should only want to be around fucking A players, not B players, not C players, D, E, B, all the way to fucking F players, A players and A plus players, and people going up from that. He only wanted that around, and he only wanted to cultivate that kind of place. That means he had to have this absolute amount of resolute relentlessness, that's what I like to call it, about himself and in his life, okay? So which, I suppose, in some form or shape, describe the ability to peel away all of the useless necessities in his life and pull in all together only the absolutely required items that are needed for the achievement of his assignments and goals. He blocked out, I have a quote on my wall. I'm not going to go about quoting it, but he blocked out all of the things that weren't important to him in that time period, and he had a little start time and an end time, or maybe just an end time of when he wanted to go down. He threw down motherfucking end times that were crazy, and he pushed himself to make them happen, despite the emotions that he felt, despite all of the things that were going on. He just knew that they had to happen because time was of the essence. All right? Hence the absolute resentment of the man by some employees, because he was very, very demanding and domineering of tasks being incomplete. Steve Jobs didn't have much of a golden hour simply because to him, the golden hour of working was all the motherfucking time, except for the time when he might be spending vacation with his family or co-owning Disney's Pixar way back then. These are all potential realities or personas per se. One can model a